Hello, everyone. It's Alex. How are you? Come on into the chat. It's me again, Alex Aquarius. I've got some things I was looking at today. I actually was just watching The Little Rascals. Did anybody ever watch Little Rascals episodes? I watched these when I was a kid in like 1970, the early 70s. I think these were filmed in like the 30s, early 40s. That's Spanky right there, the kid. He's really young. Spanky was filmed all the way up till he was like 9 years old, I think, in this series. That's a really young Spanky.
Hey, what's the big idea? Beat it!
Spanky was always picking on other children. And he was the prankster. He was the leader of the gang, him and Alfalfa. I don't know if anybody's ever seen all this stuff. But Alfalfa was the one who sang. He was the crooner. If you think about the way these kids were directed and found and casted in the lives they lived as little babies on camera. You talk about child actors. These kids were so little.
Go to bed and slow.
Very, very little kids.
Boy, go to bed and slow
And,
yourself.
To get them to say their lines and do a dialogue. And sometimes they have them in dangerous positions. I saw these kids standing on a railroad track at a switch yard, and they were doing dialogue while the tracks are switching like right in front of their toes. No, this kid's on some kind of lookout.
It's a real fire, Pete.
What's he gonna do? Send the dog out with a message? He's gotta send a message. What's he doing?
Hello. Fire at the fire station. Fire at the fire station.
There's a fire at the fire station.
Get your pants on. There's a fire.
This is really, really, really early Little Rascals, because I watched it when they were a little older, probably maybe
I'll get you, you little pop.
4 years after this stuff,
All right, Barry.
or even more. Because Spanky looks like he's got to be at least 3.5 there. 3.5, 4 years old. He could have even been 5 and very young looking for his age. But just imagine them working with horses, working with mules,
Put these pants on, will you?
sliding off of rooftops on slides,
Put these pants on and stop it. Put these
running
pants
around with
on.
sharp objects,
Stop it.
kicking, hitting each other.
Hey,
They were pretty violent to each other.
come on.
Actually, the best actor is this young black child.
Can't get this
He's pretty funny.
these pants on. Come and help me.
That's not Buckwheat, though. The funniest one was our gang with... It's called Our Gang. They know them as the Little Rascals. We know them as the Little Rascals, but they were also known as Our Gang.
Hold them for me, will you?
And let's see, Little Rascals collection. Little Rascals shorts. Let's see what else is in here. Let's see, Freewheeling Little Rascals. Let's see if they're a little older here. That looks like Alfalfa. It's an MGM production. And Our Gang and Freewheeling. Directed by Robert McGowan. Richard Currier, Art Lloyd. Can you imagine these people were probably dead before 1990? All of them. All the actors, directors, everybody that you see, everybody working on it. This stuff is a century old already. Can you believe that? Since this was filmed, it's been a century. I wonder what the date was on that. Did it have a date? Let's go back. Where are my reading glasses here? Hold on a second. Let me put them on. I want to go back to the beginning. Does it have a date on there? Let's see. Metro. Where's the year? Our gang. Any dates? Directed by Robert Gowan, edited, photographed. Looking at the furniture and everything, that looks like about a decade before I Love Lucy. Maybe 15 years. Maybe this is only 90 years old. So most of these kids, I think they were in an orphanage. So let's see what they're doing. Castor oil. You know, castor oil used to be drunk all the time. For some reason, you know, a castor is like a wheel with bearings. Like when you get a shopping cart, the front wheel that spins around, that's a castor. So the oil you put on those bearings is what people would drink. Because it was supposed to make you healthy. Like if you drank castor oil, like a teaspoon or a tablespoon of it every day, it's supposed to make you healthy. If you were sick, you drank castor oil. Do we still have castor oil around? Can you buy it online? What was castor oil? Let's see. Got my all caps on. It's a castor oil by the seeds of the castor. Okay, I was wrong. The Ricinus communis. Castor oil is a vegetable oil pressed from castor beans, the seeds of the plant. Seeds are 40 to 60% oil. It is a colorless, pale yellow liquid with a distinct taste. Otis blank point is standard. Fat acids media. Oh, good. What is etymology? Confusion between Ricinus plant and the Zetetic agnes. The use of castor oil as a laxative is attested to. It was used in several centuries. Okay, so it was a laxative.
I think it'd do a good.
Attaboy, Pop.
So I remember, that's what I remember, is that I was drinking out of it.
Sure, I would.
The trade for back was good. The dialogue is written correct. Where is incorrect. You know, I pronounce it. Quality, you hear this scene. Go dig a no. Thank you. So actually, I thought it was leads and he realized that's the show. 82 became the show. That makes him fun. Gang. That's me. Yeah. Right. Better. Finally, the day on this all the people were lit. So, I know so I bet. Oh, here's an interesting thing that I found. Where is this guy? His name is Abraham. Here it is. You're an apple. That there, dude. I found the wrong. My little rascals. Where did I rascals? Let's try here. Let's see. Let's go to YouTube. And then our gang. Let's look at little fire location. And they watch them. It's freezing now, and doing a live stream. It's about 18 degrees outside right now in Austin. It's really cold. That studio. I looked. This is all over. I put a lot of videos back in the day, that 2020, 2019. I made a lot of videos in 2019. I made a video about a general nutrition you buy in the grocery store, turmeric, and how people buy it because there's some crazy people that bought it prevented some disease or proof for that. But I got a hold of that and said, hey, you can't say it some disease. And I just don't know how people went and bought and ate it. But it's actually a root that you can buy in the grocery store that people cook with. And you've heard of it. It's in the spice rack also. Turmeric. It's in the spice rack. And it's a food supplement. Supplemented food. Better in the building. And it looks today. The door. It's interesting. Watching the algorithm because he show out exposing you for all YouTubers making money because they keep covering the Charlie Kirk assassination and whichever side on, and whether you think TP USA is corrupt and doing something shady. I've looked at the evidence that people are bringing. It's a company tied to all kinds of organizations in the million. Spurs Roberts. He's an anthropologist. It's a whole temple. Really big temple in all. That is actually that temple in Salt Lake City. If you look at it, is actually what's going on inside is actually the same Luciferian type rituals that come from these people. So you have
working to help people.
What kind of work?
oh, this was journalist made the
Exactly what
I really have.
So let's see what else is up in my algorithm. Let's say the wheels here. Slot machine. Is Mary Molly's is 140 degrees Fahrenheit. Whatever that. And 23 minutes. He actually tracks them down and finds their location, and actually tell what block and apartment building they live in. And sometimes he hacks their cameras and finds them on the camera as they're doing their little quote jobs. Theon, Jason, Darker Western Time Gun, little rascals. I enjoyed the news. And right with Matt. I'm not friends with Matt, but the other guy was on the picture. That was what's called Wolf. He's digging deep through the King's I say. She's a commentator, reaction YouTuber who talks about. I think he just got over 1 million subscribers. But it does sound like her look. Here's the actual people. Order started going up to secret societies controlling the world. One of the first people I looked into was that. And the way he would speak, and I did to read and watch things that he said and wrote, and I didn't know what he was talking about. I was so lost. I am 20 years later, and I could get that. We talked. We got it from what he found. It's just interesting that everything's Luciferian. All these you find, even your Satanist land. It's not as much Satan as it is Luciferian. Luciferian is both sides, the good and the bad, the checkered floor, the black and the white. That's why you have a lot of. Whenever you find people, they'll usually be associated with kind of nation. That's more Luciferian precept right here. And does anybody give me a topic to talk about? I'm bragging through my algorithm. Let's see what I have Eddie from my algorithm. Said, "Come on, me, because you don't." You was they found out the name the now. Anybody there? Hello. Any to see what is in my channel? There's no even chat yet. I don't know if there's anybody watching. I don't know if the algorithm is anyone, but some on Wikipedia. There's but I don't know being night. Is that no? Here we find these are ancient radio. This is right and rock and magic they live. They're around the business. The interviewer Excel. He's saying to you, they debrief act all what happened. Here part of my notes. Let's just go back. Make sure this will go. And you're still seeing that, right? And the part of science, I get a lot of bands. And him right open. Another line. Got the fire. A Disney documentary. Because of the documentary. These are some more Disney. So downtown, I got my algorithm. I watch videos on now. I'm gonna watch. I go to bed. This now, I'm going to my rhythm, and I don't have any chat. If you're in this comment, on there. I don't have any numbers shown. But I'm talking about here. Ready for told.
Their cars. It's a taking of a swimming. We go back. We go 6 times and 3
the North we got the moon race, so we had here first. The actual story is, did we go at all? To documentaries about did we go at all? Let's see. Holy Father, bless them. They try or maybe see the Lord. I'm going to increase the clotting with all the deep blood instead of put in souls. The fouls.
So why do better? Here.
So he says that his spirit or
visited her.
Yeah, they're it's a phenomenon like zombies. Like these people will come and they just show up in your life and they talk like he just said, oh, this one's husband's presence in his eye. And so it's kind of like a zombie idea where somehow these people may be possessed bodies. Maybe they're trapped souls. Let's go back and pull the leg in. People didn't see what comes up there. And
this was all that was
speaking of two planning, I was in a small plane beta, and I went to Canema, the waterfalls where you go to Puerto Ordaz near Guyana, way out in Venezuela, east Venezuela toward Guyana. So there is a plane, and it's the highest waterfall in South America, and that's the little lagoon they have there is where they get they used to get the shampoo ingredient that would make you, but all of them there, they all have this beautiful black shiny, but all of them there, they all have this beautiful black shiny hair, and they get it in water and they wash with hair, and they get it in water and they wash with. And I remember in the 70s, 80s, they bottled it up, and I remember in the 70s, 80s, they bottled it up, and they put it in bottles in your grocery store. But anyway, I was landing there, and I was sitting in the front seat with the pilot. But anyway, I was landing there. And I was sitting in the front seat with the pilot. We were like in a 6-seater airplane. I was sitting in the right seat. And we were about to land on the runway airplane. I was sitting in the right seat. And we were about to land on the runway in the village.